What is up, epic boomers? It's your boy Collins here, and today we're back with a brand new video. And that was the cringiest intro I've ever done. I think we need a redo, guys. Let's do a quick redo. Hey guys, Collins here. Today we're back with a brand new video. Today we're taking a look at epic boomer moments. Now, if you guys don't know what a boomer is more of a state of mind. It's kind of a meme nowadays where we go, okay boomer, whatever you say boomer. You know, it's kind of become a meme. Now, the term boomer is more of a mindset and less of an age thing, which we'll get into in just a second why I'm even mentioning that. But first of all, boomer comes from the term baby boomer. Now, if you guys don't know what a baby boomer is, basically back after World War II, our great veterans, after fucking Adolf Hitler in the ass, you know, fucking that fucking Nazi in the ass, they came home horny as fuck and decided to fuck their wives in the ass. And by ass, I mean pussy. And with that being said, out came these fuckers. So around the 50s and 60s is when the generation of baby boomers came into play. And, you know, back then, things were different. You know, things were simpler. Things were more old-fashioned, as we would like to say. You know, instead of asking for a milkshake, they would ask for a malt. And instead of going out and playing some dank video games, we went out to the bar and went out dancing with our lovely love. And recently on Twitter, there's been lots of drama between the boomers and millennials / Gen Z, Gen X, whatever. Basically because we've been making fun of these guys by making the meme, okay boomer, whatever you say boomer, yeah boomer, you're totally correct, nudge nudge, wink wink, no you're fucking not, you dumbass. But with that being said, there's been outrage on Twitter by mostly millennials actually. Now I have two examples of these boomers coming out and saying things like, oh, boomer is a ageist thing, you guys are being ageist, that's just as bad as the N-word. Ooh, you get so offended by the N-word? Well, you should get offended by the B-word, boomer! And to compare the N-word, used as a racist slur towards African Americans. But yeah, the N-word has notoriously been used by a bunch of radical racist groups, including a bunch of scary, spooky, scary, hooky dookie ghost people. As well as these fuckers who, I don't know why, they like to suck Hitler's dick for some reason. I don't know why, you know, it doesn't make sense to me personally. But yeah, comparing the N-word to boomer is pretty insane because boomer has literally become a fucking meme. It's not even a fucking ageist slur. Did you not just hear me 5 minutes ago talking about how it's literally used to describe a mindset and not age? Because you can be a 50 some odd years old and not be a boomer in terms of the mindset. You know, you could be perfectly fine with video games. In fact, you could play video games for yourself. You could be a totally legit epic gamer. Or you could be a 20-some-odd-year-old person complaining about how video games lead to violence on the internet and how we should ban the word boomer on Facebook. So here is an epic Twitter thing I found on Twitter. Or I didn't really find it. It was on my timeline. But basically, this boomer person decided to tweet out a poll asking whether or not we should ban the word boomer on Facebook. Now, who the fuck even uses Facebook anymore, dudes? Fucking hell. You wanna know who uses Facebook? My parents and my grandma. Most hippity-boppity-bippity-boo kids like me and you don't use Facebook, so it kind of exaggerates the boomer moment here. Like, out of all the websites you could list, like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, they chose Facebook of all things. Honestly, I would have preferred they chose MySpace, because I feel like MySpace is just irrelevant, while Facebook is just filled to the brim with these fucking boomers, dude. Fucking hell. So let's read the tweet out loud for all y'all people in the back to hear. The term boomer is being used by millennials and stupid little kids as an ageist slur against older, mature people. Do I even need to say it, boy? You're calling kids stupid. Stupid little kids. You're saying you're the mature one? I don't know if it's just me, but a mature person would not say stupid little kids. They would say, these youngsters down here they be calling us old people boomers. Get off my lawn. Yeah, that's what a mature person would say. Not really, but let's just go along with it. You're not very mature if you're getting offended by the term boomer. Like, I make fun of millennials all the time. Well, maybe not all the time. Maybe on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, you fucking assholes. Point being, however, when it comes down to it, I make fun of millennials quite a bit, and I make fun of the fact that they get offended at literally anything. Oh, your baby is dressed in that particular costume that I don't like. Oh, offended. And I don't consider millennials to be very mature. In fact, most people in society aren't very mature at all, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But to say that you're mature when you're getting offended at something that's so insignificantly and so fucking retarded, it doesn't make sense to me, honestly. You're telling me that you can get offended at literally a fucking generation of people. Because that's all that boomer is. And even though the term boomer represents a mindset, it's still basically a generation of people. That's where it originated from. And you're getting offended at a word that represents a mindset of a potential generation of people. It's just absurd. And shows a lack of maturity, actually. By the way, this tweet's by journalist Ew. Ew journalism. Yeah, that sounds correct. Ew journalism. Ew journalism. Ew, gross, disgusting. Considering this is the equivalent of the N-word, well, like I said earlier, N-words are used by radical racist groups, people who are incredibly racist and hateful towards African American people. For me personally, I think that's wrong. I think in that sort of context, using it against these African American groups as a racial slur is definitely inappropriate, racist, and wrong. It's not okay to do that. It's not okay to say, hey, look at that N-word over there. Freak at this N-word. Like, that's wrong. Don't do that. That's wrong. The term boomer is not meant to represent old people. It's meant to represent a mindset. It's literally a fucking meme, dude. And you're comparing this to a radicalized racist slur against African American people. Boomer does not equal N-word. Should it be banned on Facebook? And we have an epic 5% yes and 95% no. Just imagine putting out a poll on Twitter, just being like, yeah, I'm totally gonna get an epic response. I'm totally gonna get people saying, yeah, we should get it banned. And like 5% of people say it should get banned, and 95% of people are just making fun of you. Jesus Christ, man, you gotta be a fucking idiot, dude. Like, goddamn, like, do you not realize that no one is siding with you on this issue, bro? No one gives a shit. Just shut up, boomer. Now, the tweet goes on. It has a thread of tweets because this boomer his nutsacks were all tied up in a bunch of fucking... It was like a fucking pair of earbuds you put in your pocket. They just tangled up like a fucking pair of earbuds in your goddamn pocket, Put your earbuds in your pocket, they tangle up, pull them out, gotta spend $5,000 trying to untangle them. That's exactly what happened to this dude's ball sacks. Because he was just so pissed off, so offended. Like, goddamn, his man titties were tied in a knot, dude. That's how offended he was at the term boomer. Okay, so he continues on saying, do not retweet if your intent is to disrupt the poll any further with troll voting. This is a form of harassment. Dude, motherfucker, if that's a form of harassment, then what I'm doing right now is probably fucking retarded. I mean, it is retarded, but it's probably, fuck, am I fucking killing this dude? Am I evil for doing this, dude? I mean, he thinks that people trolling him on Twitter is harassment. Wake up call, my dude. Trolls does not equal harassment. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if you know this, my friend, but in the real world, people are gonna criticize you and make fun of you if you say something really dumb. And if you're on the internet where there's basically no consequences, because any random asshole can say, hey, look, boomer! And like, what are you gonna fucking do? Fucking be like, mommy, some asshole on the internet called me a boomer! Oh, I'm so offended. Can you please beat him up with your bat? That's just not how the world works, my friend. That's just not how society works. Now, I don't know how this guy didn't get it through his thick fucking skull that saying the word boomer is not fuck. I don't know how this guy didn't get through his thick skull that saying the term boomer is not, it's not ageist, it's not wrong, it's not harassment, it's not the N-word. I don't know how he didn't get through his thick skull that that's, not a popular opinion. I don't know if he just thought that saying this random ass opinion on Twitter would get him a bunch of clout. I mean, it did. I didn't know if he thought it was going to get him a bunch of fame and fortune and, a bunch of people riling up against those millennials making fun of us. Like, that's not what's going to happen, my dude. You're going to get made fun of even more so. A little louder for the people in back. Yeah, you go, girl. Scream it loud and proud. Show your titties to the world. Loud and proud, my dude. Fucking hell. Hell no, man. This is fucking cringe. When I read that, I was like, holy fuck. It must be like a fucking teenage girl writing this. Yeah, girl. Come on, Karen. Loud and proud. Woo! All the way, y'all in the back. Say it louder. We're gonna say it louder. Like, honestly, it's actually really cringe. But let's just continue. Using the insult "okay boomer" is a form of elder abuse. No, it's fucking not, dude. If I go up to my grandparents and say, "Hi, boomers," I don't think they're gonna I don't think they're gonna be like, "Oh, It's not elder abuse if it's true. I don't know if you know this, but old people or people who were born in like the 50s and 60s, they're boomers. They're baby boomers. And again, boomer is used as a term for mindset, not age. So me going up to a 20-some-odd-year-old person and calling them a boomer for having these weird-ass opinions should not be offensive to anyone. It's a joke. It's a meme. It's fucking... It's maybe it's an insult, okay? Maybe we can go as far as to say, yes, it's an insult. But it's a very minor one at that. Like, who the fuck cares, dude? Who the fuck gives this much of a shit? I mean, apparently I do, because I'm on the internet complaining about people complaining about it, so... Maybe he has a point. Spoiler alert, no he doesn't. Using the insult "okay boomer" is a form of elder abuse, which is an extremely serious problem. And, like I said earlier, no it's not. But yeah, with that being said, yes, I do admit that elder abuse is a serious problem. Don't get me wrong. I think that taking your grandparents to a nursery home and seeing fucking Jim Bob and Timmy, Tommy, friendly firehood neighborhood people going around and kicking your grandparents in the shin and saying, "Take that, society." Like, yeah, that's a problem. Me using the word "okay boomer" or "sure thing boomer" or "boomer" as a joke term to describe a mindset of people, that's not abuse. That's just a funny meme. And finally, he finishes it off with the most epic statement of all time. Our video statement in regards to this poll: yes, marginalized people, you need to say stop. You need to stop saying "okay boomer." Now I hope to God this entire fucking thing's a troll, because if it isn't, that's just sad as fuck, dude. Here's another boomer that said basically the same thing. There really wasn't much of a follow-up after this. In fact, it turns out the tweet was deleted, so unfortunately I cannot link the original tweet, but I will have a screenshot pop up, obviously, as I'm reading it with you. So let's take a look at this awesome tweet. Boomer is the N-word of ageism. Now, like I said before, it's not. I mean, people who are old aren't treated unfairly. African Americans are treated unfairly, as we all know in history. We all heard of Rosa Parks, and we've accepted that was wrong. That was horrible upon America, bad America, and we changed our ways. And now, no matter what color you are, black, red, blue, pink, yellow, green, My Little Pony, whatever, you are allowed to do whatever you want as long as you don't disturb anyone else's human rights. I don't know if you know this, but old people are treated quite respectfully. If you're old, I see you as an elder, wise. You've been there. You've gone through decades of time. You know more than me. In fact, they probably treat you with more respect because you're older. I think it's quite the opposite, actually. It's just a matter of we're making fun of people who are thinking like a boomer, who are blaming the problems on millennials and their gosh darn video games. Back in my day, we went outside and played kickball. Oh, my hip! Oh! Goddamn. Okay, let's continue on with this fucking god-awful tweet train. Being hip flip does not make bigotry okay. You really are talking like a millennial now. Bigotry? How is me saying okay boomer bigotry? This is fucking retarded, dude. Are you really this offended by a term? So you guys getting offended at this is absolutely absurd. And what's more absurd is the most people who are getting upset at this are majority just millennials, honestly. Like, show me a picture of a guy who's like 40, 50, 60 years old, you know, on the internet claiming that he's a boomer or she's a boomer, and they're offended because people keep misusing the word boomer. You know, show me that and maybe I'll just shut up. But as it stands, millennials are the only ones getting offended on the behalf of these old people, which is just the funniest shit ever, because it just shows that boomers, while they may be kind of stupid, millennials are stupider, because look at the fucking ways they're acting, dude. Jesus fuck. That being said, this concludes the first and probably only episode of making fun of boomers or boomer roasting or whatever the fuck I'm gonna call it. I'm probably gonna name it something else entirely. But yeah, to all you boomers out in the chat who are like 70 years old, happy birthday, have a good one, sweet dreams, good night, goodbye, and farewell.